The courtroom verdict is in, and it's a massive setback for 23XI Racing and Front Row Motorsports. Their bid to stop NASCAR from seizing their charters has completely backfired. Instead, both teams will now be forced to run as open entries for the entire 2025 season. The ruling has rocked the sport, sparking fierce debate over power, money, and whether NASCAR's system is truly fair. Let's break down what really happened, what it means, and why this ruling could change NASCAR's business model for years to come. 23XI Racing, co-owned by NBA legend Michael Jordan and NASCAR star Denny Hamlin, and Front Row Motorsports were in court fighting for one thing: charter status. In NASCAR, a charter is a guaranteed spot in every race, a golden ticket. Teams without one have to qualify the hard way, and that comes with a lot of risk. These teams argued that without charters, their sponsors might bail, and their future in the Cup Series could be in serious danger. Sponsorship in NASCAR isn't just about logos, it's millions of dollars and years of investment. Teams need those deals to survive, and sponsors need the guaranteed TV time and race exposure. But Judge Kenneth Bell ruled that NASCAR doesn't have to give those charters back, at least not yet. Why? Because NASCAR promised to hold those charters for now and not reassign them until the full antitrust case goes to trial later this year. The judge said that was enough to avoid immediate harm. The catch? That means 23XI and Front Row will have to run as open teams in 2025, meaning they must qualify on speed each weekend. And if they miss a race, they get nothing, no points, no exposure, and a whole lot of pressure. This may sound manageable, but for Cup Series teams, being an open entry means gambling every single week. It affects how teams prepare, how much money they can raise, and whether sponsors stick around. Every missed race is a missed opportunity, and in a sport where consistency builds championships and sponsor confidence, that's a massive hurdle. The court decision also took aim at one of NASCAR's biggest talking points: the idea that charters were given out for free. NASCAR says it didn't charge teams up front, but Judge Bell pushed back. He said teams had to meet lots of requirements, like giving up media rights, sticking to exclusive sponsorship rules, and taking on serious operational responsibilities. That kind of commitment isn't free. So, the judge hinted that NASCAR's story might not hold up in trial. This legal dispute is part of a much bigger picture: the future of NASCAR's governance. Who really controls the sport? Should NASCAR have the final say on who gets to race, or should the teams have more power since they're the ones making massive financial investments? The antitrust lawsuit is still heading for trial in December, and depending on that outcome, we could see a major shift in how NASCAR operates. If 23XI and Front Row win, they might not just get their charters back, it could open the door for more oversight, more transparency, and potentially a new structure for how teams and NASCAR work together. On the flip side, if NASCAR wins, their authority will be reinforced. That means more control over the charter system, scheduling, sponsorship rules, and who gets to compete. It would send a clear message that NASCAR holds the keys to the kingdom, and if teams want in, they play by the sanctioning body's rules. While that major legal battle simmers in the background, another hot topic has fans divided and talking non-stop: the 2025 fastest lap rule. This year, NASCAR introduced a bonus point system where the driver who sets the single fastest lap during the race earns one regular season point. Not a playoff point, but one that can affect the standings. This idea was supposed to reward speed and keep drivers motivated, even if they weren't in position to win. But the results have been a bit chaotic. There have already been several races where drivers who were completely out of contention managed to grab the fastest lap. Why? Because their damaged cars were repaired, came back with fresh tires, and hit the track without any surrounding traffic. That creates a perfect situation for speed, even if the car is laps down. Kyle Larson is one of the most notable examples. His team brought his car back out after repairs at both Watkins Glen and Darlington, and in both races, he logged the fastest lap, netting him bonus points despite being nowhere near the front of the field. Then there was Josh Berry at Darlington. After wrecking on lap 1 and spending over 100 laps in the garage, he returned to the track just long enough to post a single, blistering lap. That earned him the fastest lap point. To some fans and analysts, it looked like a loophole in the system. NASCAR is now openly reviewing this rule. Communications Director Mike Ford said they might tweak the criteria for 2026. Possible changes include requiring a car to be on the lead lap or not too far behind to be eligible for the bonus point. Some say that's fair. It keeps the bonus point meaningful, but others argue that struggling teams deserve the chance to earn something, even if their day goes south. In a sport where small teams often scrape by, that 1 point can mean everything. The debate is alive and well. Is the fastest lap point rewarding performance, or is it giving an advantage to teams who are out of contention and just circling back in perfect conditions? And while NASCAR sorts that out, there's yet another conversation emerging, this time about race lengths. F1 CEO Stefano Domenicali recently suggested that even 90-minute races might be too long for today's fans. That sent NASCAR fans into a frenzy. Why? Because NASCAR races are some of the longest in motorsports. Let's compare. A typical F1 race runs around 90 minutes to 2 hours. IndyCar races vary but are often under 2.5 hours. Meanwhile, NASCAR's Daytona 500 routinely runs over 3.5 hours. The Coca-Cola 600? That's a 4-hour marathon. Even mid-tier races like Kansas or Richmond regularly last well over 3 hours. So, if F1 is considering shortening already brief races, what does that say about NASCAR's marathon-style events? Some fans love the long format. It gives more time for strategy, comebacks, and drama. Others think the sport needs to evolve to match modern attention spans. If NASCAR were to shorten races to 2.5 hours, they'd have to cut laps, reduce cautions, or change formats entirely. So far, NASCAR hasn't made any moves in that direction, but the talk is growing louder. And in an age where every second of screen time competes with YouTube, TikTok, and streaming, it might be time to ask, is shorter better? To recap, 23, 11, and Front Row lost their court motion and must race as open teams in 2025. NASCAR will hold off reallocating charters until the antitrust case goes to trial. That gives both sides time to prepare for what could be a historic courtroom showdown. Judge Bell questioned NASCAR's claim that charters were given for free. His comments hinted that the court might see the system as more complex than NASCAR originally claimed. The antitrust trial in December could change NASCAR's future. The fastest lap bonus point rule is under review after unintended outcomes. Discussions about shortening NASCAR races are sparking major debate. Whether you're a hardcore fan or a casual viewer, 2025 is becoming one of the most unpredictable seasons NASCAR has ever seen. What do you think about all this? Should NASCAR change how it handles charters? Is the fastest lap rule working as intended? Are long races helping or hurting the sport? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're there, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss the latest NASCAR news, drama, and updates.